Jeremy Wilson's Chief Technology Officer for North America Public Sector for EDB. Jeremy, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
What are some of the operational or modernization challenges that you're seeing for the Navy and Marine Corps right now? What's top of mind for them?
Yeah, looking at the fragmented data silos and being able to turn those data silos into meaningful insight without having to rip out and replace existing mission systems is something that we're facing and see each and every day. Um, Inside of those data silos, there's vast amounts of data, and without the proper tooling and technology, it's really a challenge to make meaningful insight inside of that data.
Mm-hmm. Are you seeing these organizations making progress in being able to extract the data, exchange it, keep the flow going where it needs to go?
Absolutely. I think there's progress being made. I think the big thing with I'm going to use the word observability is to have an entire view that's observable throughout the entire data estate. I think is something that's key for our customers from a management standpoint, from performance optimization, et cetera.
For the organizations that are still struggling with that data observability concept, are there common threads in the challenges that they have? Are they unique to the organizations because of mission or infrastructure or something else like that? Is it maybe a combination of both or something I didn't mention?
I think it's a combination. I think it's legacy systems. I think it's regulatory compliance with new requirements coming out. I think that there's certainly stovepipe networks and data silos that as I just mentioned. So I think it's kind of getting through those barriers and being able to provide again that kind of holistic, observable view of that entire data estate.
I think the good thing that I hear, I'm kind of reading between the lines, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't hear anything that's not fixable. It doesn't sound like there's anything that's so broken we can't do it, or it's a governance problem that somebody has to change some policy or something. It's just work to be done, and if the work continues, progress will continue to happen.
100%.
Is that a fair?
Yeah, absolutely. With today's technology and the capability that we have, it's really just keeping up with, again, regulatory compliance, new mission requirements. We have the technology. It's certainly doable, and we're starting to see a lot of traction there.
What is on the horizon for these folks in the Navy, Marine Corps, Sea Services in the next 3 to 5 years? Everybody talks about artificial intelligence, so that's an easy one. But I imagine that that's a component of a lot of other bigger blocks that are going to be coming at these folks in the next 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely. I think AI-ready data platforms is something that we're really pushing, to have AI capabilities built into your data stack, your data framework. Edge resilient systems is designed for disconnected or air gap networks is something that really I think there's going to be a lot of focus on. And then platform agnostic data fabrics that make use of cross-domain solutions. Cross-domain solutions is something that's key, I think, going forward to allow for the facilitation of data to be moved and transferred, viewed and transferred between security boundaries. So that improves operational efficiency, it drives innovation, and provides a secure information sharing path between government agencies.
You hit on one of the buzzwords of this conference, and it's not just this conference, but when you said edge resilient systems, every organization in the building wants to push everything it can to the edge. What's the implication of that for being able to move data from point to point, not necessarily just from sensor back to HQ and then out to some other location? I guess that's the fabric that you referred to a moment ago.
That's the data fabric, and that has to be designed in such a way that we can facilitate, low latency, low bandwidth, environments, but get the necessary pieces of data out to those environments that's respective to that mission.
Mm-hmm. What do you expect to see in the I used the 3 to 5 year time frame a few moments ago, so I'll use that one again. What do you expect to see in the next 3 to 5 years that are capabilities that the people you talk to are telling you they'd like to have, but that seem kind of long view, seem kind of really visionary, that will probably become reality?
Well, and I think it goes back to what I was just referring to. I think the AI data platforms is huge, top of mind for every agency right now. Every agency out there has an AI strategy underway, as you know. I think the edge resiliency is huge. If you look at forward deployed missions in naval operations, you've got low latency, disconnected, air gap networks, air gapped environments. So being able to accommodate those environments is key moving forward. And then again, the data fabric itself, being able to support and facilitate, secure sharing of information between agencies, between military operations in a secure manner.